I don't know, man. What's wrong with this? Terrible. Guess it's working again, though. So they say that Mystical Flame Shield is still doing what it did before. I'm interested in that. I wonder if this internet works now, though. Pretty annoying. I think it's back, though. Flame Shield. 5.9 seconds and 12 seconds cooldown. So really you should have 10 seconds cooldown there. But you know, it still works fine. If you have enough mobs. So let me just check this Mystical Flame Shield, if that's actually working or if it's just a tooltip bug. Should be pretty easy to see. So it definitely shows the mana cost reduction. And it actually is okay, so it seems to work. Wow, that's so stupid. Like Blizzard is like literally the worst company on earth. Okay, so it looks like it works. That is pretty stupid, honestly. That is extremely stupid. So if I do this and I take advantage and I spec back to my real build. Let's see. We want to have splintering energy here. Then we have, I don't even know if this is working, so I have to try. Could still get another focus though, because I can get any focus with... Well, no, I can't. I have to get one with crit. Do I have any more focus with crit? Any more focus with crit, crit? Really no focus with crit? Why doesn't... Oh. Should actually. So I have this one. This one is alright, I feel like. I have lots of those, actually. How do I have so many greater FX crit focus, but not a single cooldown? Okay. So we gotta do focus. So that bug is actually super stupid. So we gotta do focus with... Nope. Shock. We're just gonna make a random focus now. So which one do we take? Do I want to take a greater FX crit or a greater FX int? I'm probably gonna take a greater FX crit. Okay, so we get shock. Oh, look at this. But it's a stupid min roll. I'm gonna put this away for now. But I'm not gonna be happy with that. Yeah, I tested it. It's definitely there. That's like actually super depressing. But you know, it fixes my problem at least. Where's a greater FX crit one? So let's go for shock augments. Literally, come on. This game. So I'm gonna brick every single one I have. Right, this is the last one. Just give me a good ball lightning roll. That's all I'm asking. Look at this, 17.5%. And I got one roll left for my offensive. So we can only go with shock. Alright, let's go with... that. No clue if this pity thing is doing anything. Honestly, I'm just gonna go for it. So we want shock finesse. Don't brick. Oh, look at that. God damn it. Well, it's actually terrible. But you know, I still want to test this. So now we roll cooldown reduction, if we can make it. With all the angel breaths I have. Oh, look, that was a lucky one. Max roll cooldown reduction. Alright. Wonderful. So now we just gotta go for the ball lightning projectiles. But anyway, I'm just gonna replace this with... just get all of these. Well, actually, I shouldn't settle for this cooldown reduction. I need some more materials, though. But still... Oh, actually, I just noticed something. Not capped on armor here. Skull Royal. But still, I just need some materials to craft this focus. But I don't want these. And then I'm gonna be good. But yeah, let's try the resource thing with the bug. Because now we can go for advantage. And did I change my gear again? I changed that. I changed that. I have back my splintering energy, right? Yeah. I wish I would have less money but more gear. So just do like tier 100 here for now. Just want to test this real quick. Ah, damn, I still have the wrong enchantment. Ah. But yeah, it seems to work. mean, you still should have the resource cost reduction on the focus, I feel like. But maybe it's just because I don't have the lightning spear enchant. That's such a stupid bug, though. They should remove these 45 mobs. They're like so annoying. I really hate that. I have no clue how there can be like so many bugs in a game. Like, I literally, it's just mind-blowing. Like, you cannot even play the game without knowing all the bugs. It's like kind of ridiculous at this point. But yeah, this explains it though. Because the 25% resource cost reduction is like just huge. Since you have permanent flame shield, it's up all the time. I mean, I'm still falling below 50 like once in a while. But it's really just because I don't have lightning spear enchant right now. I think that's gonna remove a lot of my mana rack. And Suppressor is still killing the ball lightnings. And this is like, this bug has been in since day one. The problem is you don't even know what works or not. You literally have to test every single aspect. Like I'm using Splintering Energy right now and I don't know if it works. It might be possible that it doesn't work at all. I mean, it certainly gives me 2 lightning spears. But, you know, if the 25% damage of that is working or not, I honestly don't know. It's like so hard to test. Because you really don't have any kind of benchmark. Other than really just testing it on the goddamn dummy over and over again. Yeah, Frozen Orb can run Perma Flame Shield. But it's a little bit stressful. Yeah, I know that, by the way. I was seeing that coming, but I couldn't really do anything about it. Sometimes these boss timings are just so horrible. Still takes forever, though. Because I have the wrong enchantment. Like, lightning, ball lightning enchantment is just so terrible for bosses because it literally can just spawn one enchantment, which is completely stupid. I don't know why they do that. Probably they want to like fix lag or something like that. Okay, so let me fix the enchantments. No, the 9 glyph you cannot use for Frozen Orb. You really can just use it with lightning. So I wanted to do that focus. What was the problem with the focus again? I don't remember. There was an issue with the focus. I cannot remember. I wanted to reset it. So if I would lose even more cooldown reduction, that would be bad. So wait, did I change anything else in this goddamn build? Nope. Nope. So here's the thing, right? This build scales of Conjuration Mastery and I only have like 7 ranks. So I have to redo this amulet here. But by redoing this amulet, I need the resources, which I don't have. Yeah, I just wanted to check my attack speed. How much do I have? So we have... Where is it? So we have 70.4% attack speed right now. 70.4. That's 120.4. I only need 113. And I'm missing 12 to the next breakpoint. So I could remove 7% attack speed. I really need greater affix attack speed gloves as well to get this to the max. But I can remove 7% attack speed, which is, you know, this is 6.3. This is a little bit too much, unfortunately. I would really like to remove more of these, because it doesn't really do anything if I remove this. I mean, I can just go for these here. And now I have 2 points. I can just put them into the Enchanter Glyph somewhere. You are weak and foolish. Actually, I can just put one. Let's just put some points somewhere else. Some non-physical here. This one is a good note. So I'm just shifting that because now I have the 66.7 attack speed. So I'm at 116. That's still 3% above the breakpoint. So if you had perfect, like you need greater FX attack speed on your gloves basically, and greater FX attack speed, for example, on your amulet. Or you gotta remove Tal Rasha. I ultimately want to remove Tal Rasha and roll cooldown reduction on my amulet. Then I want to remove Tal Rasha, put another attack speed ring in, and then I can probably get the highest frame. But it's not super important actually. Also, somebody told me level 99 was like 30% easier, 70% easier than tier 100. I don't think that's true actually. I feel like 99 and 100 are pretty much close together. I don't think there's a huge gap from the 99 to the 100. But somebody said that in a random video. I don't believe it. But as you can see, like as soon as I'm running like these level 100s, I don't have the issues with the cooldown anymore. Because I have enough mobs to reduce my cooldowns off. But my damage is just so low. but it even without the cooldown reduction on the amulet. So really with just the 40%, it works just fine. It would be much better though to have the cooldown reduction on the amulet. Have greater affixes cooldown reduction and stuff like that, but you know, I just don't have it. I put everything I have into Frozen Orb basically. Yeah. You cannot even play Helltide or anything with this build, honestly. Like, it just doesn't work. You have to have, like, another build. Like, also, tier 100 Nightmare Dungeons is, like, absolutely horrible. Well, I run it with the Frozen Orb toon. Oh, God. I knew it was gonna happen. This soul shot is, like, making me crazy. So, Tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon is, right now, if you want to do the Goblin events, it's like really rewardful, because if you want to farm the rune shards, you can do the Goblin event, and you're gonna get a crazy amount of loot from, you know, just get the extra shrine buff, the extra shrine dungeons, and, you know, just get the greed shrines, and you're gonna get so many goblins. So right now, it's the best time to do the tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon and stack up on rune shards. Yeah, we have a Goblin event right now. So, basically, whenever you kill a Goblin, it drops like a loot bag. Like, it's called Treasure Bag. And that has actually pretty good loot in it. And if you do a Nightmare Dungeon, so you can craft Nightmare Dungeon sigils. And you craft, like, Nightmare Dungeon sigils until you get extra shrines. Right? So you salvage everything until you can only keep the extra shrines. And then you run the Nightmare Dungeons with the extra shrines, and then there's gonna be greed shrines, and the greed shrine, every greed shrine spawns like 10 goblins. So, and those goblins, every one of the goblins drops this loot bag. And the loot bag includes like 6 or 7-ish legendary items. So it's really crazy. Like, you really can get a lot of loot, and you get a lot of stuff with greater affixes. So if you really want to stack up, like, on your rune shards by doing, like, Nightmare Dungeons, do it now. Because you're gonna get a crazy amount of loot from the goblins. So this build is really just working fine, but I really just missed the top end damage, and, you know, I'm just too slow to get the flame shield timings. It's really a little bit frustrating, because I just don't have access to items. And that's why I'm basically sick of this season. Because I'm actually not playing on seasonal, and I don't have access to items. So I literally have to farm it all by myself, and the drop rates are just so horrible. It takes such a long time to farm the materials to upgrade the items. Well, honestly, I think farming the gold is not an issue. Like, the thing is, you can sell items. And I cannot sell items, and I cannot buy items. So, I have, like, extremely good greater affix items. Like, I have, like, a bunch of flame weavers with, like, crazy affixes. But I just don't need them, and I cannot trade them. Right? If I could trade, I could get the gear I want. But I cannot trade. Which is why I'm, like, completely stuck. With, you know, basically just being solo self-found. And, with the tempering system, you know, and all the greater affix stuff, it really doesn't work. And my mana is too low. So I still need the resource cost reduction on my focus, definitely. No, you can't. You cannot masterwork reset because you need the materials. And the problem is not the masterworking. The masterworking is just grinding. The problem is the tempering. I bricked my only focus with cooldown reduction, so I cannot get a new one. Like, I have to farm them, and it takes forever. That is the biggest issue there. The masterworking... I don't feel the masterworking is gated by gold. The masterworking is just gated by, like, Ness Iron. Like, it's just farming. But gold isn't really the problem there. They just need to put, like, a trading system in the goddamn game. Sure, I can go Helltide and farm Maiden. It's gonna take 15 hours and I probably get one item I need. So, really, the issue is... It just takes so long. Like, I cannot play for, like, 50 hours to just get one item. It's just not working. So, that's why you basically have to trade. And on Eternal, nobody is trading. So, it just doesn't work. Like, farming the items you need. Like, finding a greater affix cooldown reduction. Like, the affixes are, like, weighted internally. And cooldown reduction is, like, so goddamn rare. I haven't found a single greater affix cooldown reduction item once. They are also not, like, for sale. Like, they're super, super rare. And, you're not gonna find that by yourself. Like, it just takes forever. I mean, obviously, if you play, like, 15 hours a day, you're not gonna have an issue with that. But, you know, I don't play 15 hours a day. I play, like, 2. So, it doesn't work for me. There's no trade on Eternal on Diablo.trade. That's the problem. I mean, there's like, literally 15 items posted a day or something like that. And the guys, you write them, they are not there. They are all AFK. So... it is really just not enough. Like, it's not even... It's a huge problem. Let's just put it like this. Like, seasonal trade is like 1,000 times more than Eternal. Yeah, so I bought one cooldown reduction focus and obviously it bricked. I started playing on Eternal because there was really nothing in the season. And my thinking was way more people would play on Eternal because, you know, there's nothing in the season. So what is the point on playing on the seasonal realm if you can, you know, the Eternal, I had all the resources, I could just start into, like, masterworking and stuff right away. Like, I didn't have to do, like, the whole leveling and farming. Like, everything was right there. So, for me, it was pretty obvious to start on Eternal. But apparently, you know, very little people did that. Which is kind of surprising to me, because there is literally nothing in the season. Like, the season has no content, zero. So I don't really understand why all the players are in seasonal. Kind of weird to me. But it is like it is. Like, I didn't expect that. Nah, I don't feel it's fun in this game at all. Like, the leveling phase literally takes 4 seconds. 4 hours, so really. I don't see the grind. Like, there's no race or anything in this game anymore. So, I really don't feel like the leveling phase is much enjoyable. It's just way, way, way too short. Like, there's literally no power progression in leveling. And it was basically, you know, it was basically starting a new character on Eternal as well. The only difference is you would start with materials and level 100. But the character would be brand new, because you would need to get new gear and everything, just like the seasonal one. So you would just have a head start if playing Eternal. No, the only thing it doesn't have is the Iron Wolf's board, but that really doesn't do anything. I mean, on Eternal you already have all these Uber Uniques, you already have all these Sparks, so what do you need that quest for? Like, that's why I'm saying, like, there's literally no relevant content. Obviously, if you like starting a new character, it's relevant, but the Iron Wolf's boards, like, I don't need it. Like, I had like 8 Uber Uniques I could scrap and craft my Uber Uniques. So I didn't even need to like farm those Resplendent Sparks. It's just the lack of seasonal mechanics. I wonder why I'm like so low on mana. I feel like I should have more. Yeah, the damage is just like super low, and I also have like no attack speed elixir on there. So I just have like, I have to cook like more on this build. Like the other variant with Starless guys and stuff like that, I'm definitely doing more damage than this one here. Like, I'm just not ready for this variant, I feel like. I mean, it's just, you know, I expected way more players to come back to the game, get to the Eternal Realm, get their old characters, get the grind on, get the new gear. I expected way more people to do that. But apparently that is just not like it is. Sometimes you're just wrong, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. That's how it works. So where's my focus here? Do I want to keep cooldown reduction, honestly? This focus is just gonna... Oh, it's so bad because it has shock crit. I think I'm gonna reset that. Yeah, but nobody knew where the majority is playing. That's the point, right? But anti-bot is like completely irrelevant for me. I mean, I don't really mind that at all. What? So look, usually you always want to hit cooldown reduction, and now, like, the only time where I don't want to hit cooldown reduction, I literally get cooldown reduction all the time. That's I want. Oh, look at that. That was a lucky one. Alright, that's pretty cool, actually. I'm gonna lose cooldown reduction, though. But still. I'm gonna try this.
There is magic in all things. Let me show you.
I need, like, gem. Gem. I need a green gem. Actually, I shouldn't use green gems. I don't have high crit chance anymore. So let's see what this does with, like, the... This one also has to be reworked. So I really have... Like, my gear for this is, like, really, really horrible. Cannot, like... I've completely messed up tempers on everything. Yeah, the lightning nodes are pretty depressing, huh? Like, the Crackling energy node has been buffed once. I think it's season 2, right? It has been buffed to give Crackling energy, like, 10 times the damage. But it needed, like, 100 times more damage. So besides that, like, and the other, like, the static whatever node, like, nobody's ever gonna use that. It's just completely terrible. What is happening here? Alright. So I really need more cooldown reduction. And the only way I can fix that is put cooldown reduction on my amulet. Then I'm gonna... Well, I'm gonna... I need, like, one extra attack speed roll, so I could remove the attack speed from my amulet, actually. But, you know, Sorc basically, like, all the useless stuff on Sorc needs, like, a complete rework. Like, it's literally, like, also the skill tree. Like, there's, like, 70% of the nodes are completely useless. And that's a huge issue. Also, most of the skills are, like, not usable at all. So as you can see, like, now I'm getting, like, the crazy amount of lightning spears. Like, I'm going towards 20 when I'm in battle. Because I have the extra ball lightnings from the new focus. And that's gonna make more Crackling energy, which I can pick up. And the weird thing about also with Crackling energy is, you know, it's RNG if you can pick it up or not. Because there's like a maximum of like 40 or something like that. I don't know how many it is. But it depends where they spawn. And by having more ball lightnings, you basically increase the chance they are spawning below you. Which is like super weird. They should just spawn below you all the time. But all these Crackling energy base builds would be so awesome if there wouldn't be this stupid limitation on Crackling energy. Or if you would just have significantly more pickup radius on Crackling energy. That would also be good. So I've seen like tier 117 with this build. So it might be able to get a little bit higher if you like kind of go for Shatter or something like that. So maybe this has like a ceiling of like 119 or 120. I would say realistically. Yeah, that would be cool, right? Pick up radius for Crackling energy. So I might change my my amulet. See if I can get the attack speed from somewhere. Oh, I'm not running attack speed elixir. Let me just fix that. No, Flicker Step is not really... so you don't need it. You have permanent unstable currents anyway. So Flicker Step would kind of be a waste. The only thing you could go is Asus, because it gives you mana cost reduction. But it's probably still going to be very far behind Ball Lightning on boots. With Flicker Step, the problem is in a boss fight. So in a dungeon it would be good, because you could change from overflowing energy to Burst Mastery. But the problem with the boss fight is, if you want to activate Flicker Step on the boss, you have to evade into the boss like 5 or 6 times to get the bonus. And evading actually takes a long time. So evading into a boss is actually, you know, casting 3 less Ball Lightnings or something like that. So the evading in the boss will actually weaken your Ball Lightning power. Oh dear, I have no range shoot. Oh, there it is. So on the boss, I'm still missing like the little bit of cooldown reduction for the permanent unstable currents. You can see like when mine ends, I'm at like... where am I actually? 5 seconds, right? So it's not a huge deal, but it's not perfect. Yeah, now with the new focus, I'm a little bit low on cooldown reduction, definitely. So that's definitely too dangerous. So if I change it on my amulet now, I'm gonna be fine. Still running out of mana though. Yeah, Incinerate is not really a build you want to play. It's just not... burning damage is really not working. Other than Firebolt. Yeah, so... what am I gonna do? I hate that this has shot critical strike chance. It, like... it weakens me so much. So I have to reroll... wait, so how much attack speed do I actually have? Let's just check this real quick. So I added... what did I do? I added... this one here, and I added some here. I guess these two. So now let's get back into our attack speed. So how much do I have? I have 70.4. 70.4. And I'm gonna lose 11.6. I'm gonna end up with 108.8 and I need 113.6. So where would I get 5.2% attack speed from? 5.2% attack speed is basically just one greater affix. So I would have to get like any kind of greater affix. I mean, I could get rid of Tarasha, but that's not gonna fix it. So the only thing I can do is basically try to get gloves with greater attack speed. I have a bunch of those actually. So which ones do I have? I swear I have gloves with greater attack speed. Okay, this one here is garbage. Okay. Oh, here's more. Okay, here they are. But I don't have any I can use. I need attack speed, crit, and core skills. So I could just rebuild one, I guess. But the only one I have is this one here, and it has low attack speed, so I cannot really do that. So the only way would be reworking this ones here. And I really don't want to do this. The only way to push is, yeah, I mean, you're not gonna push high without being immortal, honestly. Like, unfortunately, it's not gonna work. Okay, so I cannot do anything here. So there's really no way I can get this goddamn attack speed. So I guess I just gotta keep upgrading this. Yeah, I calculate the breakpoints. Well, it's not calculating, it's more like... well, you basically record the video and count the frames. So really, I just need greater FX attack speed on one item, and then I could get my... Then I could get the setup working really well. Maybe if I upgrade the focus, I could hit the cooldown reduction. But with this setup, like, you get a crazy amount of ball lightnings, actually, like... Now I just have to make them do more damage. Which is reworking my amulet. Which I can't afford. I guess it always depends on what tier you want to run. Like, if you want to run, like, everything below, like, tier 90, you definitely don't need Immortal. So... really, you just go for the damage reduction nodes, because Lightning, you have great damage reduction in skill tree. Right, there's actually like somewhere around 80% damage reduction in your skill tree with Lightning. And then you just get the The ones from the Burning Instinct board. And you just get some life, really. And you're gonna be good. Like, you can even get, like, something like life on hit. On your wand, life on it is a pretty cheap stat. So just get life on it on your wand, and what is it called? Get ice shield, and you know it's gonna be absolutely fine to, like, you know, if you want to farm like tier 85 or something like that. You're gonna kill the boss within 3 stagger phases, so you don't even need to dodge like a bunch of mechanics. So that definitely works. It really just is for high tier pushing where you have to do the Immortal stuff. I feel like I'm missing something. I want to put damage numbers on. I want to see how much damage I actually do. My Flame Shield cooldown is just too close. It's not a comfortable state to be in. Right, let me just put damage numbers on here. Yeah, gold is not the problem, really. It's playtime, basically. Okay, so... what do they hit for? 2 million in the top? Am I seeing that right? Yeah, somewhere around 2 million top hits. Should be much higher on bosses. I mean, that's not terrible damage for sorcerers, honestly. This is obviously not Barb. The Conjuration Mastery stacks are crazy with this build. Wow, the Suppressor even removes Lightning Spears. Like, literally just dropped by like 10 Lightning Spears when I got into like that shield or whatever it's called. No, I'm not using that because I don't... if you push high, then you don't have enough stagger. Also, enchanting gold is not the bottleneck. For enchanting, the bottleneck is Angel's Breath. But yeah, the mana is still too low. So I'm missing the 12% multiplier from Elemental Dominance most of the time. I only have like 39% cooldown reduction. I really would like to know if the splintering energy is working or not. Also, I would like to get Elemental Summoner, but I don't have 3 nodes. Uh, honestly, nobody will be able to tell you. I just know I need more resource cost reduction, and I don't have it. So that is like also like substantial damage I'm missing there. So you would need resource cost reduction on focus instead of this intelligence roll here, but again, I bricked my only resource cost reduction focus, unfortunately. But yeah, you just gotta like, you know, at some point you just gotta accept that you don't have infinite time. No, I don't. I really don't need those. The materials from salvaging the legendaries are pretty much irrelevant. Oh, I have to disable the damage numbers. Cannot see shit. I wonder why I'm not running out of mana in the dungeon, but why I'm running out of mana at the boss. I also want to spec into Frigid Fate again, because somebody told me it's fixed, but you know, I kind of don't think it's fixed actually. And not Frigid Fate, what is it called? Icy Veil? No, I don't even know what it's called. Frigid Breeze? The one which regenerates mana from cold damage. Why would you create more Crackling versus more enemies? Yeah, Frigid Breeze. I think that's still bugged though. That might fix my mana. To try that. I know they said it's fixed, but I don't think it's fixed actually. I don't need gold. So if I would need gold, I would probably do it. But since I don't need it... Well, I cannot put Lucky Hit resources on anywhere. Also, the thing is with Lucky Hit on resources, like the proc chance is very, very low. So chances are high you're still running out of mana. The only where you could put it on is on your weapon. And I'm just gonna lose another 60% damage by doing that. I think one ball lightning can only generate 3 cracklings. So I don't think it really matters if it hits different targets or not. I have to read the tooltip again though. But I think it can only generate... No, is it 2 crackling or 3? I don't even know. can either generate 2 Crackling or 3 Crackling. And it does that whenever it hits, like, I don't even know, a mob for, like, so many times, I feel like. So I don't really think that is related to the number of mobs. But I don't remember. I have to look it up. But the reality is you just need like one little cooldown reduction, really. One little resource cost reduction on your focus, and then it's good. Like that int roll is not super important there. Because I'm really not missing a whole lot. Yeah, Frigid Breeze would work better against multiple enemies, that's true. But again, like I'm only missing like very little. So I really just need a little bit of extra there to get it fixed. I think it has something to do with the spawn pattern of the crackling energy or something like that. I think it spawns in a different pattern on the boss. Like it spawns like way more spread around you than in the dungeon, I feel like. Gotta be something with that. Oh, that's not good. This timing on the flame shield is too close. Really not very good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't think the bosses will do significantly less damage. I honestly don't think that patch is gonna matter. Let me just check this tooltip here on Ball Lightning. So yeah, I don't know, honestly. Like, it says if an enemy is hit at least 4 times, a crackling energy is formed. So, can it happen 2 times per enemy? Yes or no? Honestly, I have no clue. It doesn't really say that or say, like, if it can spawn 2 of the same mob or not. It doesn't really state that. But I'm gonna try if Frigid Breeze is working. What am I gonna remove for that? Well, let's just get rid of the lightning spear stun. I don't know. I feel like they're probably gonna, you know, cut the damage in half or something like that. Which is not gonna matter at higher tiers because you're basically overkilled by the Shadow Clones 10 times. And even if it would help, you would have to build defensive on Sorc. And literally the only way of building defensive on Sorc is sacrificing huge amounts of damage. So I don't think it's gonna change that matter at all. But it's just an assumption. I just don't think they're gonna reduce the damage by a lot. Oh, I have to be super careful now because I don't have lightning spears done. Oh god, the wallers. But I honestly, I just need materials to reroll this stuff. It's so frustrating to farm the rerolling. I feel they just gotta, you know, get the barrier for rerolling items a little bit lower. I feel like it's a little bit too high. Like for casuals, it's literally undoable at all. And for like, you know, players like me, you only have like a couple of hours a day. Like maybe I play like 2 hours a day or something like that. For me, I mean, it is reachable, but it's just such a huge grind that it just makes you lose. It just makes you lose the fun. I feel like if the resource cost would be like a little bit lower to get your gear masterworked, it would be better for the state of the game. Because you know what, the hardcore gamers, it wouldn't really matter. Because, you know, they're gonna get their items to the max no matter what. If it's gonna be a little bit less expensive, you know what, the hardcore gamers are gonna get it a little bit earlier. It's actually not a big deal. But it would help the players who do not have so much time to invest into, you know, getting all those greater FX items, remaster work them and stuff like that. I think it should come down. Like, the cost should probably come down by somewhere around, like, 30%. I think then it would be in a good state. And then the tempering has to be fixed. Like, either you gotta get more attempts to temper, or you gotta do it like the enchantment system, that you can keep your old roll, but still, you know, go on rolling. Because right now I cannot risk to retemper my items, because I will brick them. So I feel like that would be a good solution there. And maybe give it 2 more rolls. Maybe give it 8 rolls, and give it the same with the enchanting. I think that would be just a better feeling. And the very rare items would still be very rare. It really wouldn't change a whole lot of the balance and everything. If I would just have to farm 2 hours instead of 3 to upgrade an item. Or 7 hours instead of 10. It's just the grind is just too much for, you know, this kind of a game. Because Blizzard wants to make this game appealing to all the players, but the grind they added is very, very intense, actually. Like, the grind to get a perfect character in D4 is probably more than Pass of Exile at this stage right now. Because Pass of Exile just has way more efficient farming. And in D4 you always have to farm all the contents, right? You have to farm the Nightmare Dungeon to get the rune shards. You have to farm the Helltide to get the Angel Breast and all that stuff. And get the base items. And then you have to farm the Pit to master working. So it's like, it's a huge time investment to get the items to the state where you want them. It definitely it's gotta come down a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit. Well, the thing is, you want perfect items. That is the point of a game like this. So, what is keeping players... Well, so you have the filthy casuals, right? Which, you know, are probably happy if they reach level 100. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, right? So, that group, you know, no, they don't even care, right? They would just smash the buttons, get, like, their items to 8 out of 12, and that's probably gonna be it for them anyway. Maybe they're not even gonna get past 4 out of 12. So, which is totally legitimate. Like, And then, but then you have this, I think the biggest audience of the game is like the mid-tier players, like the, you know, the average guys who spends like, you know, maybe an average of 1 to 2 hours a day. Or maybe 2 hours a day. That's definitely far above casual. And those players, I feel like, is the majority. And they will lose, they basically lose the patience at some point. Because the ceiling is so high. And they want to reach those 12 out of 12 items with the affixes. And I feel like that player base could need like a little reduction in the cost there. For the casuals, the reduction is not gonna matter. It's even good. Like for casuals, a reduction will always be good. And for the hardcore gamers, honestly, it doesn't matter. Like if you blast for 8 hours a day, does it really matter if it takes you 5 hours to upgrade an item to max or like 7 hours? No, because you're gonna blast those hours anyway. But I mean, tier 61 is like, you know, most casuals won't even reach tier 61. Oh, I don't have any more. Damn it. Yeah, correct. And I mean, that's basically where I'm at right now also. Like I would need, why didn't I have flame shield? So I would need like at least another 20 hours of farming to just finish this build. And I just have to remaster work 2 or 3 items, and that's gonna be 20 plus hours of farming. And I feel like I just don't want to invest them at this point, because you know what? I made like a tier 109 with this build, and you know, that's pretty much enough. And you know, investing another 20 hours into this build, like, I'm absolutely not gonna do this. And that's where I would like that I either can, you know, unbrick my items somehow, or somehow increase the odds of, you know, getting the gear I need. Obviously, or trading would fix it for me, but I cannot trade at this point, so. But honestly, like, trading isn't really a legitimate reason, because you know what? 90% of the players are not going to be trading. Like, you have to go to diablo.trade, which is like the weirdest website. Like, it's absolutely terrible. It doesn't work like at all. It's like such a terrible experience to use that website. So Blizzard just has to fix trading. They have to get trading in the game. And they're probably not going to do it with the expansion. I hate this boss. It's like so terrible for this build. Yeah, I know. I mean, every class can farm tier 100s in like 2 minutes. Even Sword can do it with like a Frozen Ore build. Yeah, I mean, it has been... So even if the website wouldn't... So the website has been terrible all the time. Like, let's face it. It has had terrible issues since the beginning. They have a nice rework on the design and stuff like that. But, you know, they are squeezing out money out of this site. The site is terrible. It really has huge issues since it first launched. It was less in the past seasons because there was just way less people trading. Now everybody wants to trade, basically. And, you know, it just doesn't work. You cannot do this on an external website. It's just something which is not cool. So they gotta fix trading. And then the game becomes so much more enjoyable also for the casuals, because you know what? Trading for items without greater affixes is not going to be an issue, right? If I wanna masterwork 10 wands and I don't have one with greater affixes, right? I just buy 10 wands with intelligence and damage and life or whatever I want, and it just masterwork them. And it's completely fine. But if I want to buy those on trading websites, it's just a horrible experience. Or I didn't check if the Frigid Breeze is working. That was the whole point, and I didn't do it. But I mean, you know, this is all like something they can work on. For example, next season they could fix like drop rates for the Ness Iron. Like for example, give it like a 30% boost to the drop rates of those. I have no clue why those haven't been in this season. Like literally the season blessings this season are like completely useless. Like there's like Glyph XP, I know, I get it, like for the leveling phase, but then, you know, it's basically useless. And the materials one was, I don't even remember what it was. Like it was such a useless mechanic. What, something from Whisper Cache, more resources from Whisper Cache or something like that, or more legendaries from Whisper Cache, something completely useless. This is really dangerous without Lightning Spear stun. I really wonder if those Lightning Spears even work. I have to benchmark that when I'm pushing. I'm probably not even gonna push today. I'm way too slow here. Was it gold from caches? Wasn't it legendaries from caches or something like that? It's just such a huge identity problem with this game right now, because they try to make it to appeal to every group, and that is just not working out. Well, but the gold doesn't help me in-game, because I need the materials, which I don't get, so... And I feel like gold is not a bottleneck if you, like... You can farm a lot of gold, actually. Obviously, if you're just running pits, you're not gonna get gold. That's... Oh, wow, I hate the suppressors. It's possible, I don't even remember. Anyway, I never had a problem with gold. I don't know. I think I wouldn't have had a problem with gold when I started the season. Because, you know, I know a lot of people wasted their gold in the very beginning, where, like, the conversion costs of those materials were so high. But it was extremely apparent that that would be patched. So if you would have just been patient and saved your gold. My problem, I wouldn't have problem with gold because I would be trading, right? I would be selling the items I find, and you don't have to farm gold. You just have to sell the items. So if you farm Helltide all day, you know what? You're gonna get so many greater affix items you can sell. You can make millions and billions of gold in one single day. So it's really, if you use trading website, gold is not gonna be an issue. Ah, this is so annoying, this stupid cooldown reduction, eh? I have to change this goddamn build back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, gold shouldn't be an issue at all. It's just the materials. Gold, there's like plenty of gold if you trade. If you don't trade, obviously, you know, gold is going to be a nightmare. But if you try to target farm gold with like Whisper Cache or something like that, that's not gonna net you any amount of gold, right? So what you would do right now, you would just farm the Goblin event. Just farm Nightmare Dungeons, farm the Goblin event. You're gonna get so many greater affix items. You can get like 100 greater affix items an hour. Easy with that. And then just sell them. So... yeah, you can farm the gold, but it takes forever. Like, compared to, like, trading, you just gotta sell one greater affix item and you're gonna get the amount of gold you farm in, like, 6 hours. So... but I mean, I always have been trading for the gold, and it was never an issue. Oh god. Yeah, but the Frigid Breeze is not working. Like, I literally see no difference in mana here. Well, you still gotta do it, though. I mean, still, you gotta spend, like, 4 hours of farming to masterwork one item with, you know, a bunch of retries. It always depends how much time you want to invest. Like... okay, I'm just gonna try to push a tier 110 now with this. Just randomly. It's like, okay, I need one more. So I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do a low one, though. Just gonna do like a tier 85. You know what? Yeah, let's do tier 85. Whatever. Yeah, that's true, though. Yeah, in the end, I want... like, it's better, obviously, if you can play a relaxed build. Ah, damn it, I didn't change the Frigid Breeze story. Let's see if we can do the 110 after this. Definitely feel like the extra ball lightning casts are much better than the Tarasha stack though. Like that's for sure. I think the fastest farming is like Barb. Like Whirlwind Barb, I think it's the fastest. Also the Frosty Strides, Firebolt Sorg is fast in farming, but it's expensive. I mean, anything is better than this one here, though. No, it's not gonna be. Don't hope for that. I'm telling you, permanent flame shield is gotta stay. They're gonna nerf like the boss damage by like 20 to 50%, somewhere around that, I would say. I highly doubt that they gotta basically remove like 500% of the boss damage so you can tank higher tiers. And they also said like you have to dodge the mechanics. They want you to. So they would have to make a significant change to the mechanics, like make it with the tormented bosses. That you get a stack whenever you get hit by something, and you know, at a couple of stacks you just take so much damage that you die. But they're not gonna implement a change like that mid-season. So they're gonna just nerf the damage numbers a little bit. I highly doubt that's gonna do anything. The system in general is just bad with the one-shot bosses. It has to be redesigned. Yeah, tier 100 is okay still for tanking, but you have to dodge the boss mechanics. Basically, whenever you can kill the boss within like, you know, a couple of stagger phases, it's gonna be alright. And you can build pretty tanky with ball lightning, right? Like you have like so much damage reduction from skill tree if you want that. Yeah, the overlapping is really annoying. That's true though. But we will see how they actually change it. Like if they really make it so that you can dodge the mechanic and play without the permanent flame shield. I mean, you would still use the flame shield duration, right? But you wouldn't have to use the Ice Blades enchantment. But you know, honestly, Sorc has like no good enchantments anyway, so I wouldn't even know what to use instead anyway. Right, so let's hit this one more. So let's see. Let's go for 110 here. Well, if you get like a lot of damage reduction and ice armor for shield, and then you get life on hit, for example, with ball lightning, you can sustain a lot of damage if you don't get one shot. And it doesn't cost you so much. Yes, you need to remove like 10 to 15% damage in Paragon to get that extra life. Getting life on your armor pieces. Oh, damn, I forgot to respec. Now this time I'm gonna respec. Yeah, the min-maxing cooldowns really hurts. That's true, though. What was I gonna change? This. Get this. Where did I take the 2 points from? I don't even remember. Wait, where did I take the 2 points from? Lightning Spear. Right, let's try. Min-maxing the cooldown reduction is really annoying. That's true though. Oh wow, I literally do no damage. Wait, what is wrong? That damage is so low. Okay, this is not gonna work. Probably have some broken aspects on. I feel like it was higher before. Or was just that first pack actually? Okay, my damage is definitely too low. This is too low. Way too low. I really need those Conjuration Mastery stacks. I'm missing like 50% damage at least from those. I know that it's tier 110. I wanted to play this. That is the whole point. No. I wanted to see if I can beat this. Because, you know, last time I tried, I would have... So I could have made it, but I died at the boss because my cooldowns were terrible. But I want to see how my progression is compared to, like, the last time I did it. I know I'm still missing, like, some major upgrades on my gear. But last time I played the Starless Guys version, basically, and I want to see the difference compared with the new setup. I'm definitely a little bit further with the time, but I'm still like horribly slow, obviously. But I mean, I don't even have fully masterable gear, right? So that's... Also, you would probably have to put Shatter in this. So my thinking was getting its second ring with unstable currents cooldown reduction, and then going into Shatter. I mean, this might be enough time for the boss, even. Depends on the boss, though. Yeah, you cannot play Raymond with Immortal right now. It's not possible. Other than Firebolt, obviously. I also wonder if the Shredding Blades is working or not. Kinda have a feeling it's not. I have to benchmark those aspects in the basically in the tier 110 and see, you know, if it makes a major difference if I change one of those aspects. Oh, there's a Lisa Shrine. Didn't even see that. Where's the goddamn Fortify guy? I cannot find him. Oh, they're right in the middle. This pack like really took a long time. I don't think I don't know honestly if they are. I haven't tested them yet. I know they said that they are fixed, but you know that doesn't really mean that they are. GA's greater affix. But yeah, Raymond would really help with this. But you really need the skills from the chess piece. Like you cannot pull off this without. God, can I spawn the goddamn boss already? Alright, let's see. See what we get. Oh wait, let me just fix this before. Oh wow. Thank you so much for like, well, I'm not gonna beat this one. Should I even try? Yeah, it's no point trying sharpshooter, honestly. It's absolutely no point. But I guess, you know, if I have the proper gear and if I can fix the attack speed, I could put cooldown reduction on my amulet and reroll this into +6 Conjuration Mastery or something like that. Yeah, that boss is not doable for Sorcs. I mean, at least not for non-fireball Sorcs. It's just completely throwing off the Ice Blades enchanter. Okay. Huh. Keep this. So I was doing a little bit more damage in that 110 definitely than with the other variant of the build. So yeah, I mean, these items have to rebuild, obviously. But I'm probably not gonna do it, to be honest. Like, it just takes too long. Like, rebuilding this item as well, this also has to be rebuilt. Like, it's so expensive. And all my tempers are messed up, literally. Like, this one has flat damage. This one has crit. This one has crit. This one is the only good one. This one has close damage roll, good one. This one has lightning damage, so I'm missing like 500% additive damage from just the damage to close tempers. So it's really so hard to get these tempers. In the end, you could easily triple your damage from the state where I'm at. 48%. Well, your flame shield duration is short. It's 27 seconds unstable current's cooldown is too low. You don't really need it. I have 34 and it's completely fine. So, I mean, but that is probably because you have 48% cooldown reduction. But your flame shield should be longer, honestly. But you're probably gonna be, you know, somewhere around where it's working out. I mean, if it works for me with 40% cooldown reduction, 37.9% cooldown reduction, it's working for me, right? So I have 6-second flame shield or 5.9-second flame shield and 37% cooldown reduction. So you should be good, I guess. God, these tempers are so horrible. This is like really depressing. by now I have so much crit, I could actually respec to crit. Wait, I have... How much crit do I have? 53. 64. Well, actually, I'm just at 70 crit, which is okay. Definitely a little low. So yeah, I might advance this to like tier 110, but you know, probably I'm not gonna do it. So I'm just gonna upgrade these items and see what it's gonna do. No, you cannot have unstable currents 100%. I mean, you could do it if you would have to have another unstable currents cooldown reduction temper. But the overflowing energy is just better. You might be able to reach the permanent unstable currents with 2 unstable currents cooldown reductions. It's also possible. You could throw one on your amulet, for example. Ditch the lightning damage. I mean, there's so much min-maxing you can do, but literally I cannot test these things because I don't have the gear. Oh. I mean, Reverse Mastery is definitely going to give you another 20% damage, which is a lot. But you would have to get your unstable currents down to like, you know, somewhere around like, probably like 22, 23 seconds or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, it's just too expensive. Like, just redoing this amulet alone, I would have to farm like 3k Ness Iron because I only have one, so I have no backup plan. And so we're talking about, you know, 5 hours of farming just to redo this amulet. And then you have another 5 hours of farming just to redo this wand. Another 5 hours of farming just to redo these gloves. So it is just too much. There should be like you should be able to target these upgrades somehow. But anyway, I'm done for the day. Not sure if I'm gonna close this build already. Probably I will, actually. Probably just want to try Blizzard one more time. Yeah, the Tarasha and Starless guy is absolutely fine. Like, I did the tier 109 with that. With terrible gear, so it absolutely works. This one here is just a little bit more min-maxed, but I don't have the gear to feed it. And I have to test if this splintering energy actually works or not. Because I'm not sure if it works. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.